And yeah, here we go. So yeah, 0 BC, pretty straightforward, as always. Is the game a bit quiet, or what is it? Okay, let's see. How about now? Okay, nice. Even louder. Oh god, I would have to go into filters for that, and I'm not sure if that would... Let me see. Might be able to. How about now? Did anything change? Okay, I'll leave it at that then, unless it's too loud now. Hey, welcome in, Opal. So yeah, I didn't talk over PQ, but it was fairly okay. Obviously no item, so nothing, you know, normally some people would reset here because they have no item for Promenade. But if I did that, then we wouldn't get this time, I guess. So we're making our way to the Vine Rune. Spotting a scroll, of course. Oh, and what do I do? We don't get the Vine Rune. Yeah, I wanted to flex, Andrew. It's not pointless. It's not pointless if I can show it off in a proper run. Welcome in Power and Spiral, as well as Henkebab, if I haven't said anything. So here we get the E-Whip. That's gonna be our weapon. It doesn't have synergies, but whatever. This is fine.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook.
Nice trap throw, by the way. Welcome in, Junk. Thank you for the sub. You're in the... What the fuck? You're in the 17th month. Are you kidding me? That is definitely... Like, you've probably been, like, one of my longest subscribers then, if that's the case. I can't skip Custom Rune without Tonic, though, Andrew. Or Lightspeed. Lightspeed works for that as well. But yeah, I saw the hint. However, I see this, and I'm going for the teleporter first, because that makes more sense. So I know that I missed a whole tower here, but I'm still deciding to check out the future towers, I guess, underground sections. But now I'm coming back to it. because I'm convinced that this must be it now. Since I did get the chest room, but apparently not, so we go back. Huge time loss. So yeah, definitely a good start to a... definitely a good start to a world record time. How many of you would have reset by this point? Just let me know. Would you have reset if you saw this? $540 Black Bridge. Fair enough. It's still a decent time, obviously, but, you know. But vine skips are cool, Andrew. Why would I reset that? You know I have to flex these. That's based hand kebab. Nobody should go ramparts on their own free will. Yes you can, Yoon. You can definitely do that. I could do a a ramparts less 0 to 5 BC if I wanted. It is possible. But yeah, Concierge went as expected. It's a no-hit. Did not get a good legendary, so we're sticking with the whip. Very good instant key room. I see the scroll, but I decide to skip it, because there's no point in getting it anymore. Plus, I'm already at 9, or I was at 8, so it was fine to skip one. Still on the lookout for scrolls a little bit, but obviously I only got one. I am returning for that one, though. Was it a mistake? I don't think so.
Alright, well, we'll get bored, okay? This is the fastest run. We'll get bored.
Paradox, thank you for the follow. We're upgrading, and we have Bleed Synergy. That's gonna be very important for everything from now on, obviously. Tried to do the side jump here, but failed miserably. I mean, it might be the run. We don't know yet. Maybe this is the run before the world record, and I'm actually resetting once. Maybe this was all just part of my recording. I would never lie to you guys, right? Yeah, see? Not even a first tower key. Can you imagine that? Maybe. Do you see this? This is clearly all just warm-up. The movement is so bad. Now that I'm looking at it. So yeah, here we go. About 11-minute timekeeper entrance. Not amazing. Not good at all, honestly. Like, for my 0BC standards, it's not good anymore. But yeah, timekeeper also goes as expected. Or does it? I wonder. Yep, of course. It is a no-hit. Damage was there, synergy was there. And I finally pick up a second skill. Interesting legendary. Yeah, you never know. Maybe. What if I'm playing it live? So my shield is definitely amazingly strong. 7 and 13 on 0BC is quite huge. Also, double enemy rooms are annoying. Especially when you already know where to go. I don't know. I don't know if it's that good. But maybe, who knows? Either way, making our way through the exit. Still very quick for me.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook, but take a listen. Bonk.
Thank you for the sub, Paradox. I really appreciate that. And now, as you saw, I did not unlock starter bow. Because I have found that Telluric Shock is a surprisingly good item for movement. We won't see it all that much though, unfortunately. Only on 1BC, I think. But yeah, here we have bombs. They did not work out. But here we have a... what's it called? Disgusting worm. Well. That was a display of pure skill, by the way. Everything is going according to plan, guys. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this run. And the king is being very generous with bombs, though, at least. Right, so this is still a time save. It's going to be a 16 something. I forgot the actual times, but it's definitely runnable even with the cutscene. And I do this on 0 BC now to preserve the cells, because I do want them for the promenade unlock. And in my opinion, it's more important than getting a starter bow. Because on 1 BC, you can basically clear the game with anything in your main hand, with firebrands, with throwing knives, whatever. Starting with an assault shield, that's very good. That's basically everything a speedrunner could ask for here. And I tried to do something funny, but it did not work. Because, for some reason, I just can't move, apparently. We get an E-Whip. It's level 1, so it's not that great. But it is definitely better than the Rusty Sword. That was still very fast, though. About a minute in PQ. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but it did not work, because I'm bad. And now here we have the item. It's not... like, you will have to excuse my movement with it, because I was not warmed up there at all. You will see why very soon. Are you sure about Vine Skip, though? I wonder. Was it really necessary? I could skip it here. Do I do it? No, of course not. Because I will need it on 3BC. Why would anyone skip Vine on 0 to 5? It's necessary to access toxic sewers. Still nothing. No scrolls. Except, I think I found one. So what I'm doing is, this time I'm actually returning to check the underground. And voila, I get an on color. Which replaces the second power scroll, so I decided to just move on instead of finding the other. Never punished, exactly. Anyways, here comes Exhibit A of not using Telluric Shock when you're not warmed up with it. Look at this. It would have been possible to make it all the way up there if I just did the correct inputs. But I didn't. So I can do the move again. The whole climb. And that's the problem with you when you fail. Here you saw a perfect example of mantling not applying when telluric shock is still in use, right after the jump. You have to cancel it immediately, either with a jump or with something else, with a weapon. If you don't, you're just unable to mantle, even if you are right next to the ledge. So that's very unfortunate. Also here, amazing movement, again. Kind of. I route in the early game for cells, but I don't route in the late game, because after that I don't need cells as much anymore. The idea is you need cells early to unlock stuff, but after that you can just do whatever you want with them, so whether I get 10 less or even 100 less than usual doesn't matter anymore. But on the first 0 to 2 BC are important. That's when you have to do cell counting. Overall, I would say I could have shaved off, if I just played better, I could have shaved off maybe 2 or 3 minutes of the whole run. So here, obviously, I'm looking for a legendary telluric shock, which means I want to no-hit concierge. The run obviously isn't over if you don't get a legendary telluric, but it is still something that I'm hoping for, because it is possible to skip into Slumbering Sanctuary from here, which would give us early access to Spider. Would it be great? In terms of quality of life, yes. Yeah. If I get a second telluric shock here, which I don't, I get a bow and replace it, but, if I got a second telluric shock, then I would have been able to. Now the rest goes into the forge. Now, obviously, I still have to unlock starter bow. And I will get enough cells for it, because I counted a little bit in my head at that point. I knew it, I had it in the back of my head, that I would still need to do it. But yeah. Still pretty uneventful getting the skip. Then I'll need the key later. Here, I waited for the bomb. But yeah, see, this is why telluric is good, for example. That jump is pretty amazing. If I could properly use it for the entire run, then it might save like maybe 30 seconds as a whole, maybe 1 minute, something like that. If it's used in every applicable situation. Like, that's just my theory, I never actually timed anything about it. But yeah, this tower movement was amazing. Honestly, this first section here, up until the chest, was probably one of my best movement sections that I've ever done. And then here, almost spike percent with telluric. I think so, yeah. See? Look at that. That was truly an amazing showcase of this trash.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook, but take a listen. Bonk.
Thank you for the 10-month sub, Hankebab. Also, welcome in Ilias, how you doing? This, as I said, this movement is not looking too hot with Telluric. But, yeah, I could have, you know... I don't know what I could have done better, except just better timing. But I guess it's fine. Here I did a Telluric upper jump to skip the ladder. Oh yeah, Ilias, you can see this, right? The weapon. It's, you're gonna be happy about this one, I know that. More failed Telluric cancels. So yeah, movement-wise, there's a lot to improve about this, except the first movement section in Clock Tower. That one was really well played. Here I try to roll something good on it, but I don't get it. And here we have the fight of the century. Pretty crazy, right? Who could have expected that with the damage that I do? And, of course, the best reward that you could ask for. A legendary ice grenade. But yeah, as you can see here, 68 cells. I have enough for Starry Bow. And even if I failed the no-hit, I would have still been able to get it with the elite doors that are going to appear here. That one I should have seen because of the map, but I wasn't looking. No one saw that. Two double rooms, by the way. Two double enemy rooms for this. But here I switched because I knew, since I didn't go through a shop in the beginning. And here we got the bow. So everything is restored to its balance. I have to make the same entrance as the Hand of the King, obviously. Yeah, I think it's still PBable for sure. I just have to play really well from this point on. There's been way too much of a time loss here. I mean, a ramlock could still happen, obviously. Just have to send that archer flying. But yeah, also pretty easy clear. Despite taking the hits at the beginning. Potentially, yeah, but cluster grenade would be even better for that, Andrew. If I could get it. So yeah, here I don't reset, because I want to keep the cells for 2BC. And I get not a great start, but E-Whip. So as I said, I am keeping the cells. Yes it is, Johan. Welcome in. You're watching it right now. I've done the run yesterday offline, and so I decided to showcase it today. So yeah, here we have a very quick collection of both scrolls. So all that's left is finding Promenade. Yeah, oven nights are very weird. I do not pick up anything. I should have picked up the tonic, now that I think about it, because who uses an ice grenade? Or rather, who wants to see an ice grenade? So yeah, tonic would have been the right move here. Would also save a bunch of time in Promenade because of the rolling. Oh yeah, the ice grenade is for good luck, so that no double items show up in legendary rooms, because that never happens. I just jumped into that. That was definitely a display of pure skill. Welcome in, Exto. How are you doing? Since I have not seen any scroll, I decide to go down. Or I should say any scroll of power. Because on 2BC, stats actually start mattering a lot more. And now we're at the exit, so I still decide to keep going to explore for both power scrolls, since I'm missing both. Zooming out on the map makes the icons bigger. So, for example, if there's a scroll in the underground here of Promenade, the icon becomes bigger than what the map would normally reveal. So it's a little bit of a trick that sometimes can show you scrolls on the map that you wouldn't have seen in the normal zoom level. I'm not sure who I learned that trick from. I think it was either Phil or Nano. Like, I've seen Nano do it a lot, but I think Phil also talked about it, so I'm not sure who actually found it. No, I don't think so, X, though. I don't know if high contrast does anything. But yeah, here, as you can see, not great without an assault shield. I should have definitely gotten one. However, there's no turning back when I have cells on the line for the recycling tubes. So here, as you saw, Henkebab, the scroll appeared, but not on the normal zoom level. Only when I zoomed out. So I saw it, and then I just made a mental note just now to go back for it when I can. Or when I find an exit or something. And then... So yeah, now I'm going back for all the scrolls that I missed on the way. And as you can see, we are ending up at 12 tactics on 2 BC before Concierge. That's 5 BC levels of stats. However, I have a starter E-Whip, so the scrolls definitely compensate for that, which is very good. It would have been way slower if I hadn't had those. I think that was actually all the scrolls, Andrew. I didn't keep count just now, but I think that was all the scrolls. I got 2 duels. And maybe 4 powers? I don't know, something like that. Hey, welcome on in, Phil. So you did end up catching this. That's good. Gotta go for the money parry when I have a great shield. Those 100 gold are going to make a difference. Oh yeah, this fight actually uses another trick later on that I'm not sure if people are aware of, or maybe not everyone. You will see. I go into parry to cancel the jump. It's very simple. Obviously there is the bonk that you can do with the assault shield, but even without it you can do that. So if he jumps, you just go in for the parry. Oh nice, you got a sub 12, that's amazing. GG's. What's your final time? I assume it's like 11 something, 1140, 1150. If you said small improvement. Oh yeah, legendary assault shield, by the way, again. Ooh, 1156, not bad at all. And an E-Whip. This is pretty much the perfect door combination that you can get, I think. So now the run begins. Because I got a proper weapon and a shield. I lost a little bit of time here because of not having a assault shield. So I think, I'm not sure, maybe I could have saved like a minute 30 if I had the shield from the beginning. So there's one part of the time save that I was talking about, Kebab. So yeah, here I don't need many scrolls. I got 3 powers. And that's it. Don't really need anything else. And since I was already at 12 before Concierge, I can afford to skip scrolls now. Right? Because, obviously, if I get like a quick tower here, then I can just leave immediately because I have a good scroll count and I have a good whip. And an assault shield. That's legendary. Seated runs are a thing, yes, but not for 0 to 5. At least not yet. Maybe there is going to be a way to set it, but I don't think that's possible. Yeah, at this point I'm just getting off stats, apparently. Because Scrolls of Power have been transferred to the Ramparts, apparently, instead of Clock Tower. For this speedrun, yes, Exto. Because it is real time. So picking up scrolls actually can waste time if it's like an off color and you don't have a legendary, then it's just not worth it unless you're at a higher difficulty. Here I check for a shop. I pulled a nano there. I checked the shop even though I didn't have money. But yeah, so I said I wanted to leave immediately as soon as I got the key. But I was not able to, because the key was not cooperative. Body block almost killed me there. Also, look at this. I get hit by 2. There were 3 on the ledge. One was going left, 2 were going right. And both going to the right hit me there. So that was definitely funny. But there's nothing I could have done about it, really. Except stun them. But that would have lost time. Because I wouldn't have gotten that. But yeah, short key tower. This would have been really good for fresh file. Oh yeah, and we're still on 1 pot, by the way. Because I'm not, I think it's not as important if you still get refills. I don't think it's important to get additional charges. And here I gotta hit, well, I'd rather not talk about it. Yeah, the Telluric strats happened at 1 BC, but they were not great. Because I wasn't warmed up with the item yet. But here I'm putting them into the forge instead of unlocking the second flask, because I don't think it was necessary. Still a decent 2BC. 14-minute, almost 15-minute entry. That's very good. I do replace the trap, because there's no way I could find something else that's better, since I have an S-rank E-whip. I could have probably... I mean, obviously that was a skill shop, so I couldn't have gotten a sinew slicer or something. So that was my only way of upgrade. Truly one of the spike percenters of all time. Here's where I realized that I'm in a troll shop situation. Because obviously I saw the rune locks after the shop, but I didn't see what was leading to the other path. And here I saw the exit, so I went back for that. Okay, I don't understand that, but okay. Indeed, BLT. Look at you and your artist badge. That is a really nice wiggle. I need to get myself one of those.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself, but take a listen. Bonk.
Thank you for the sub, Phil. Really appreciate that. Now you too can use emotes like Ward and Lem. And here I do this because I thought it would be faster than saving the worm, and I could have still gotten a couple bombs at the hand. This might have been faster. But yeah, now we are officially out of early game. Now we are in the mid game. Which means we have tubes, and we are subject to RNG. To run killing RNG. I'm getting a decent start here. Wolf Trap, E-Whip, and Assault Shield. Pretty much one of the greatest loadouts you can have, except obviously there's still going to be a Sinew Slicer instead of Tonic. That would have been perfect. Who knows? So here I decide to kill the elite. Because I had no amulet with tactics and no manipulation. Root Synergy E-Whip. And here we go. So I knew I had to go sewers here, because it's 3 BC. So getting the scrolls as fast as possible and then going back is how it should be run. Here I make a mistake. I should have seen that on the map. Truly amazing gameplay, as always. Definitely deserving of a world record. But here I get an amulet anyways, so the manipulation kicks in. And I make a mistake by upgrading the E-Whip. Who would have thought root synergy is actually important? And much more so than an upgrade. Look at this. This... why? Just walking in poison during the cutscene. And definitely fair poison damage as well. I could have used my head, that's true. Also here I see the star, so I have to kill the elite, obviously. Only ended up being a cudgel though. But at least I have an amulet to switch back to from tactics. So now the manip is gone. It's still there for the biome, but it's gone for... I guess ramparts. Here's another mistake. I should have gone down, because it was visible on the map already. I was just not being attentive. But yeah, I got all the scrolls now. Still missing both fragments. However, I don't really care about fragments because the only thing that I need is one, because that's as if you would go to Promenade. Plus, I wouldn't get a full scroll anyways in Ramparts, so there's that. Now here's another mistake. Actually, I don't know, because obviously there was no way I could have known this. But this is going to lead to Spider. And there was no reward for it either. Like, no fragment, no scroll. The gang is here. All things considered, that was an average Toxic Sewers, in my opinion. 5-minute exit is not great. But yeah, here we are, at 55 minutes. The first RNG barrier of the run. The first real RNG barrier. I don't go down here, because I want to get the teleporter first, before discovering the underground sections. But then, a fatal mistake happens. Which we will get to later. It was very... It lost like a whole minute again. I'm just saying. Like, this run could have been about 2.5 minutes faster at this point, just by being less of an idiot. Yep. I've already had all the scrolls and the exit, but I have decided to go back for it anyways. It had a teleporter, don't get me wrong, but it was still stupid. Because I didn't keep count of my scrolls, so I thought that there was still some left. But I already had gotten all of them. So yeah, here I should have left. Here I should have left already. I'm at 11. And that's exactly what I want here. Now obviously there's still a duel left that I will pick up here somewhere. But that's still not worth it. See, there's the duel that I was missing, and that's it. Everything from here on out is a waste of time. See, there you go. If we count getting the last duel as a time waste as well, because in my opinion I should have just left, now looking back at it, then this is definitely about a minute of time loss, maybe even more. But yeah, still, 58 kanji entrance is extremely good. Also, I'm out of potions, as you can see. This was stupid and should not have happened. But kanji tentacles are always kinda janky lately. Here I should have turned around to direct kanji stash into the other trap. That would have been faster, but then I got body blocked. Also here, here's an advice for Nano. Don't get hit that many times, first of all. But in the second tentacle phase, you can summon the wolf trap once after the first tentacle is killed. Then it will be up when kanji is back up. So you don't have to save it for the whole phase. But yeah, here we have it. Slumbering Sanctuary. With 12 scrolls is about average. That's exactly what I want. Yes, it is absolutely not worth using the Assault Shield. The only thing it could Assault Shield can do is status effects if you have a synergy that you don't have with traps. That's the only time where parrying is useful. Or blocking, for that matter. So we come across the first curse. I think this is the first curse of the run altogether, now that I think about it. I do take the bow. Oh, you will see, Phil. Because, I mean, for me, there is no point in doing that yet. But yeah, I'm clearing the curse. I see a dancer and a lacerator on such a small platform, so I decide it is not worth it. So I will keep ignoring them as well, even now. Because I don't think it's worth it to fight them on such a small platform when they can't follow you. So here I'm being overly careful. There will not be more Telluric Tech in this run, no. I don't have the RNG for it. Also, I see a Golem, I see an Elite Dancer. I just decide, nope, I'm out of here. No scrolls, but Clock Tower entrance. So that was a very good Sanctuary. Much better than what the majority of them are. And now the very fun part begins. Clock Tower with Spider Rune. That's probably my favorite moment in 0 to 5. Is when you get Spider Rune and you are finally starting to be able to move properly. Like, that's probably my favorite moment in the run itself. Besides, obviously, 5BC itself. Yeah, Sanctuary can definitely be interesting with golems. There are some easy ways to beat them, though. Especially if you just, well, if you just face roll them with a proper build that is not underscrolled. This was a mistake. I should not have opened this. Because unlike E-Whip, Multinox only has a very limited amount of enemies it can hit at once. So the clear could have definitely caused me to take a few hits. That is also great, Andrew, yeah. I think Astrolab in general is probably one of the best gameplay experiences of Dead Cells. With the whole final tower climb that you do before the final boss, that's, in my opinion, that's very good. Like, even from a casual playthrough perspective, that is. Well, we will see a tower climb later on. If this run makes it past 4 BC. Oh, okay, that's fairly on. That's cool. Also, nice sinew throw. That was totally unhelpful because the shuriken is just going to destroy it, or at least damage it halfway. But the damage is there, if the wolf crab is out. because it has a bleed synergy that I rolled. But yeah, we do get the easy no-hit. It wasn't actually easy, but you know, you have to taunt the enemies to think that you had no issues at all. Because that humiliates them even more. Especially Timekeeper. And now, watch this. Double damage balanced blade, legendary. Just going for a few unlocks here. Probably should have done that before Hand of the King instead. But, whatever. So now this is the last time we're going to Castle. And what do we get as a parting gift from Castle? That's right, a troll shop. Because Castle is very generous and is a good friend of mine. That was still a considerably quick exit for a troll shop. Especially now. But yeah, here I am seeing that I am about 5 minutes ahead of my PB. Before the fight, of course. But I do have a 2x balance blade, so I was like, okay, this could be the run. Because I'm close to a 110 finish, which is exactly what my prediction would be for a great sub 2.
All right, we'll look at board, okay? This is the fastest run. We'll get board.
Thank you for the follow who stole this username too. Dead cells indeed. Yoon stole the username, yeah. So there you go, 3 minutes ahead by this point. I did indeed, Andrew. I did take damage from the reverse dash. Because this game is fun and fair. Right, now here comes the reset. You mean, unlike a certain someone, Andrew? Unlike someone else who did? Not a great start at all, but I didn't want to keep resetting. Plus E-Whip and Assault Shield, even though they are not upgraded, it's still pretty worth having as a start. So, meh. I was like, I didn't want to lose all of my time saved to resetting, so I just... Whenever I get an E-Whip next time, I just keep going. Also, of course, here's where I try to go for the 30. Because this is when it starts mattering. Because obviously you want a great item, a great loadout for Giant, which is a little harder to get than on previous boss cells, on previous runs. Sometimes I dash, sometimes I use my head. It's just whatever. I decide whatever I feel like using at the moment. So here I see I'm at 29, but I don't pull through. And here I see the E-Whip. Look at what I do. I preemptively get this, get hit and lose the 30 streak, but whatever. But an upgraded shop E-Whip versus an unupgraded starter whip is probably way more worth it. Also, I think Phil meant the first dash, which is possible to do without Homunculus altogether. And it is a little faster because you obviously don't stand around on the first platform. But it's just something that I decide on a whim. So it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, it happened to me a few times last time I tried, actually. Like, I fell into the lava, I think twice, maybe? Before I got it. And that ultimately loses more time than getting it every time. I mean, than using the homunculus. Promenade is the easiest biome to keep count of in terms of scrolls. Because on 4BC and 5, it's 2, 2, and 2. 2 powers, 2 duels, 2 fragments. That's it. Yes, Yoon. Because the thing is, on 4BC, you have a chance of a legendary only once. And it is the Kanji no-hit, which does not happen often at all. So obviously there can still be biome legendaries, but if I get those, then I start building towards legendary scaling instead. Because there's absolutely no guarantee for it. And Cavern is definitely rough, exactly. I guess Cavern is rough in general, that's kind of true. Yeah, the pace is huge here, because at that point, I notice it as well, and I start being a little bit more, at that point, not nervous, but careful, I guess. Like, I start killing a little more, as you can see here. I start being more cautious about my health. And there it is, there's the check. If I saw the door here, that would have been tragic. Alright, dude. Have a good shower. Let's hope you don't miss the 5BC section, though. And there it is, there's the 3BC door. For me, it's just a psychological thing to know it early or not. Because if I know it early, then I don't waste the whole biome exploring it. So it's not like a gameplay advantage or anything. No, the shipwreck is much bigger than Cavern. That's for sure. Nice rift. So yeah, here I'm still looking for another scroll, which is going to be right here. Now it is time to go. The kanji without any traps. No traps, no proper synergies. No roll incoming because I have no money. So we fight. With absolutely nothing going on. This is pain. I'm just saying, don't do this. Don't copy me here. This is not world record strats. But yeah, see? No parries. No parries, no blocks. It's not worth it. Will it? I wonder, Phil. I don't know. I don't. I have no idea. I've never done this before. This is actually my first time at Conjunctivius. Oh, I wonder, how's Phil feeling now? Indeed, skill issue for sure. But at least we have a trap now. The first one in the run.
All right, well, look at board, okay? This is the fastest run. We'll get board.
Thank you for the follow, fall down. Welcome on in. So since this is graveyard, I am going for the 60. Because there's a lot of rats everywhere. And it should be easy to get, because I'm already at about 30. There's probably already like 100 rats by themselves, and then there's 20 other enemies, and that's it. There's Telluric Shock. Could have taken that instead of Tonic, but I decided not to. There we got the 60, so that's secured, and Cavern. So now the last remaining thing is to get the scrolls. -1, because I can't access the curse, obviously. This trap section I don't like at all. Sometimes it can have weird cycles that you just can't get. Well, no, there's no way I would leave with 14 unless I have like a 4x E-whip or something like that, because finding scrolls in graveyard is much easier than finding all of them in cavern. So that's my reasoning for exploring graveyard much more. Nice dive. Yeah, Cavern is just very bad for exploration's sake, for fast exploration, that is. But here's 17. No, I know that I know when there's no teleporter and when there is, actually. Because it depends on, how do I explain this? It depends on the room before it. If the room before it is something, in this case the boss cell door, then it will have a teleporter. If the cavern entrance immediately comes up after the path branch, then there won't be one. But that is true, but I mean, that's the thing, I couldn't have known that, because I had to go down the path anyways, since there is only the boss cell door. There was no indication of this being the cavern exit before I actually moved there. And yes, this run is still on 2.3. But yeah, here we go, cavern. Fun biome, by the way. So, at this point, my priority is to find scrolls and the exit. That's the one thing that I'm looking for. Second priority is finding a better amulet, because this biome has 4 stat amulets on 4BC. Hey Demon, welcome in. We are watching the current new world record for 0 to 5. That I've gotten offline yesterday. What did I actually want to talk about here? Oh yeah, priorities in Cavern. Priority number 1, find exit and find scrolls. Priority number 2, amulet and weapon from the weapon shop. Or, you know, something else. Like, for example, a sinew slicer would be nice to have. Well, yeah, those are equal, in my opinion. Those are equal in priority. But yeah, here, nothing again. We're almost at the exit, but it doesn't matter. So here's my first chance at an amulet. And it's useless. If it's on the way, I try to pick it up. I try to kill the elite and then, you know, hope for the best. And now I see the exit on the left, but I decide to keep going up because of this right here. I didn't know that, obviously, at the time, but it's still very valuable to have a level 12 plus E-Whip that I still have enough money to roll for. So now I'm just spending cells on things. I have not unlocked recycling. So I get poison synergy, and I have poison cloud on the throwing knife. I mean, I have poison cloud on the wolf trap and tonic, I think. I don't know if tonic has it. Yeah, there's 5 fragments in Cavern, but I'm not going out of my way to find them if I already have a good build. If I feel like I can leave, I'm leaving. But yeah, that was still kind of a slow 4BC, mainly because of kanji. At least that's what I believe. So I am losing time. And at this point, I'm questioning whether it's even possible for a sub 2 now. Because at this point, I would need a 28-minute 5BC, which is what I got on my PB. But who knows? Maybe I would get shit RNG. And it would be a 29-minute 5BC, or a 30. So now, the final part begins. And I am on pace for a 159, I guess, if it's possible, right? If I break even with my gold. If I don't break even with my gold, I have about a minute that I can lose. And it starts off with a reset. What happens afterwards? It is another reset. Because I did not want to start like this. This is the start that I want, besides tonic. That one's not necessary. But otherwise, plus E-whip, everything else is fine. Nice cherries. And this is where I realize I have an amulet that bounces on top of enemies. Which is terrible for every player. It shouldn't be. Look at this. It shouldn't be a star affix at all. It shouldn't be an affix in the first place. But as you can see, it definitely gets me into situations. Let's just call them situations. Here's when I realize I'm on 29, get to 30, and move on. So that I got the double doors. Would you look at that? S-rank E-whip in the first door, and I skipped the kill door, apparently. I did not notice that. I completely forgot that in my run. I had no idea. I thought I was done after I got the E-whip, because that's... For me, that was all that mattered. I was like, alright, moving on. What if that one had a 4x E-whip? Yeah, right. After I got the E-whip, I was already like, okay, the run continues, moving on to Promenade. Nothing else mattered. No, actually, Andrew. Because seeds, surprisingly... Now, I don't know if you will believe me on that, but seeds are also changing depending on which runes you have. It doesn't matter. It's like... You can't... The same seed is different if you go in with Ram rune and without. That's what I've found out recently. I guess you could. But still, you know, meh. I mean, I do have the save file, I think. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, at least the RNG part is over. Besides weapons or not. Yeah, look at this. I see the rift, but look at that. Oh yeah, you can't set up custom mode. You can't set a set seed if you don't have all the runes in the first place. Yeah, custom mode apparently doesn't allow you that. I don't have much to say about this ramparts. Besides that one situation, it's pretty uneventful. Except the amulet still being a nuisance. There's a shop, I won't check it out. Or maybe I will, I don't remember. Legendary throwing knife was not worth it. I just decided not to get it at all. Because I wanted to keep my assault shield. And would you look at that, no ramlock again. Very fun amulet, am I right? Well, either way, got all the scrolls, got all the fragments, time to move on. And I have 20 minutes left. Less than 20. Here's where I get poison, and the only way... it's one low, but that's because of the amulet. Like, I just have a 1 tactics amulet. It should have been 12. But yeah, as you can see, the only way to proc poison synergy is tonic. And it doesn't last long at all. So this is where I'm contemplating if it's even possible to still get a sub 2, because the damage is just not there. Especially not when tonic isn't up, I should say. Plus, I keep killing my traps for no reason. Is it going to be a no-hit, though? That is the question. I've been building up legendary scaling. The answer is yes, it will be. It would have been embarrassing if I missed the concierge no-hit. But yeah, let's check what the legendary is going to be. Is it an E-whip? No, it is an assault shield.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook, but take a listen. Bonk.
Thank you for the sub, mumble rap guy. Really appreciate that. 4 months, dude. Yeah, it would have been amazing if I got an ice grenade here. But the run isn't over yet. So yeah, Stilt Village, again, very straightforward. Picking up the key. And then heading to the exit as fast as possible, while still having all the scrolls. My intuition told me that there was something down there, because that layout usually has either a fragment or a scroll, so I decided to get it. And here I missed the jump. Kind of embarrassing, but whatever. We take those. And here's where I try to get an amulet, because 3 scroll amulets are now going to drop, and so it's kind of important to get at least a 2 purple, if possible, which I just did. So here I'm at 17. There is still going to be, I believe, 1 more duel, if I didn't miscount. Which is right there. I'm at 18, which is 1 ahead. So now I can leave. I don't know that, Andrew. I have no idea. But yeah, Sepulchre it is, and I have 15 minutes left. At least we get a good sinew here, so that's something.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook, but take a listen. Bonk.
Yo, Birdie, thank you so much for the sub. It is indeed the world record. It will be soon. Obviously, I've already done it, so I know how it ends, but... we are almost done. Also, welcome in, Raichu. Hope you are doing well. And here we pick up the curse. Very stressful, the curse. Also, look at the darkness. It is starting to tick as I pick up the scroll. I am taking darkness damage. Oh no, I need to find a light. I have to jump to the elite platform to get it. That was almost a death right there. Yep, exactly.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook, but take a listen. Bonk.
Yo, Ilias, thank you for the gift sub to Johan. Enjoy your emotes. And the hype train is starting, nice. No, darkness with a curse is not automatic death. But you will die if you obviously let your HP drain out from it. Like, cursed or not. But yeah, still, all in all, I think Sepulchre was well played. Besides the darkness aspect there. Yes, it does, exactly what Andrew said. One flask left, that's not a problem. Usually.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook, but take a listen. Bonk.
Ilias again. Really appreciate it, my man. What 90? Oh, okay. I guess the 94 from the hype train? I don't know what, I don't pay attention to that, honestly. Oh, right. Okay. I get it. Only one thing left to do, which is pick up the last stroll, and then that's it. Yup, backtracking would have cost the sub 2. Now that I think about it, if that happened, I would have lost the sub 2. But yeah, we're moving on to Giant, and we have 11 minutes left.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook, but take a listen. Bonk.
Nano! Again, thank you for the gifted sub. The Spiral. Self-synergy on the Wolf Trap indeed. And poison synergy on the Whip. That's also important to note. So here, damage is good. I don't have much to complain about. Actually, nothing. But, things are happening. I lose the no-hit. Does it matter? I don't think so. But oh well, nothing I can do about it now. Vengeance strats, exactly. Nice trap throw. But I mean, either way, Giant went fairly quickly. Not as fast as in some other PBs that I've had, but can't have everything. Just getting all of this, some money, because I want to get the food shop. I want to hit the food shop in Astrolab. I don't know, I didn't count. I think it was. Reflexes. Because I'm too used to no-hitting Giant. But yeah, here I am at Hand of the King with a legendary Assault Shield. Which means you want to hope for bombs. How many will we get? How many bomb phases? Damage is still solid even without it though. Bombs and worms indeed. How many though? One. One phase, one bomb hit. Damage is very good. No worm. No crunch either. Because setting up the crunch would have lost time compared to this damage. And here we go, 3 bombs, done. Easy no-hit. Legendary. What will it be? What do you think? It is a sinew slicer. However, I remembered the self-synergy of the wolf trap.
Now your boy doesn't quite fancy himself a cook, but take a listen. Bonk.
Johan, thank you so much for the gifted sub to King DKC. And yeah, here's where I unlock ice shards, because it's not necessary to have a soul shield here. Now, what will happen here? Will it be a good astrolabe? Or will it be a bad one? First key. That was very quick. However, I take a hit. And I'm losing... I mean, I'm not actually losing one hit protection. But I would be losing YOLO if I didn't heal here. Next time. Chest is not worth checking. I take another hit. I take another hit by the librarian. Librarian hits should not happen. But here's the second key. Yep. I was. You will see, Andrew. Watch. I will make a couple interesting mistakes here. YOLO lost. Because I'm nervous. I'm very nervous at that point, because I see the pace as well. I see the pace, I see my damage. I know that I can get it. I'm actually playing it a little safe here, luring the elite, waiting for it. Because one more hit might kill me. There's still the food shop for 4,000. For 4,000, I would get a 50% heal. I'm making weird rolls. Completely uncalculated. And now the tower climb begins. 5 minutes on the clock. I am killing this elite, because it would actually be very annoying to deal with that. Skip the librarian, but I can't skip this one. That would have hit me if I were to climb. Skip that librarian as well. And now, mistake number 1 again. Missing that mantle. Elite fights goes pretty smoothly. Don't need to cheese them. And now I have the money for the food shop, so I decided to return to it. And here we have the final boss fight. Three minutes left on the clock. The fight should only be like 2 minutes-ish for it to be a sub 2. And the fight begins. First room. Damage is alright. Nothing special, however, I'm playing it very safe, as you saw. I'm not going for aggressive strats. One hit protection gone in the first room. So at this point, I have to no hit, otherwise I'm dead. Second potion. Last potion, or rather, the one before the final phase. Final room with a little over a minute left. Careful gameplay here. Very careful. Because I could die at any moment. Too many of those. And there's the potion. I pick it up, I drink it. I see the time, I see the chance. However, there's an overhead attack. And one of those. There it is. 1 hour, 59:46. This is where I took the screenshot and sent it everywhere. It is permanent timer, Yoon. It is. Because of the in-game time that I'm using as well.
All right, we'll look at board, okay? This is the fastest run. We'll get board.
There it is. Done.